Doc Gonzo here, representing Spooky Tales, here with Nightheart. Tell me who you are.
Yo, what's good, y'all? My name is Nightheart. I'm an independent musician, performing and recording artist from the Midwest.
Midwest, huh? So, what kind of style are you? What inspires you?
And everything in life really inspires me. I try to keep my style pretty fluid because I'm a pretty multi-dimensional person. I like all sorts of things. So my music's got like strong hip-hop roots, strong like punk roots, rock roots, jazz roots. I tap into a little bit of everything with the music, for real.
That's awesome, man. What got you started in music?
When I was real young, man, I went through a lot of shit. I got jumped off. Am I allowed to cuss?
Yep.
All right, sweet. I jumped out the porch really young, and I got too exposed to a lot of stuff, so I needed an outlet, man. I really didn't know any way to express myself. I didn't really know any way to get some of the thoughts and feelings out, so I started recording music when I was pretty young, for real.
Okay. So your life might want to say had a little bite to it, huh?
Oh, yeah.
And that being said, you just released an album called Fangs.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about it.
So Fangs is my recent debut project, man. It's really a genre-bending kind of hip-hop, modern, trap, rock-sounding thing. Really, I wanted to step into a new vibe, this darker energy, really combine some really cool sonics with some really dope visuals and bring people into a cool new world that I'm building.
Okay. Now, I was told genreless. What the heck does that even mean, man?
Hey man, I feel like that's a whole thing in life, man. Just never allow yourself to be boxed in and be labeled. You know what I'm saying? Like, to have a genre still means to be categorized or to be labeled, and I don't want that, man. I want to be genreless.
Yes. I always say, don't you dare put me into a box. Don't paint me into a corner. Same thing.
I hear you, man.
Yes, sir.
I definitely hear you.
Yes, sir. So, you have anything coming up? Any events? Any shows?
So I'm gonna be throwing events all year down in Toledo, Ohio. I host events at the Ottawa Tavern, hip hop events. So I put on artists from the Midwest, get them on stage. So I'm gonna be doing shows all throughout the year there, and I'm gonna be all over. I do a lot of touring the region under national acts and doing my thing with independent artists across the way. So you can probably catch me anywhere this year. I'm gonna try to get somewhere.
So being genreless, and do you work with other genres of music? If you go on a show or a tour?
Oh, yeah. I've done shows with, like, multi-genre acts with rock bands, heavy metal, really, like deathcore, alternative, funk bands. I've been able to kind of, like, blend into multiple different environments, and then I play with a live guitarist, so in certain environments, we rock out even harder. Yeah.
Esham-esque, huh?
Yeah, you feel me?
I like that. You got any favorite songs from your new album?
I really enjoy Ghost. I really enjoy Outlaw. I enjoy On the Low. Honestly, they're all really catchy. It's a really short project, only 9 songs, so I like to keep it short and sweet and easy for people to digest. Yeah.
Now, why call it Fangs?
Because, man, you gotta have fangs in life, man. Your bark and your bite gotta match. You know how some people, they bite don't match they bark? Well, I had to grow some fangs so that mine did, you know, and I feel like everybody has to have fangs in life, because when you get tested, people don't think you're capable of, doing it. Sometimes you got to chomp down and let a motherfucker know what it be like. And like dogs, any animal in the wild, when they mature, they grow fangs, they long, and they you can see, oh shit, that may be a cute kitty, but that motherfucker a beast too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You feel me? It's like, hold up, this is an animal. Yeah. Yep. Precisely.
So you gave me a list of songs you love on your new project. So give me one and tell me why this one means the most to you.
I'm gonna say Outlaw is probably one of my favorite records. I think it's a really dope storytelling song that, like, a lot of the records on the album, I'm really hype. I'm talking my shit. Outlaw is very personal, and it's very soulful. I think that one, that's like, out of all the records, if you want to listen to one and be like, oh, this was his message, that's the one you listen to.
So to take it back to Fangs a little bit, right? Tell me the inspiration for just creating a project like this.
So coming up, I made a lot of, like, really, like, deep, inspirational stuff that a lot of people wouldn't necessarily bump in the club or when they turning up with the homies or anything. And that's okay. Like, that's what my goal was. But as I started growing up, I realized like I needed to mature my sound and create something that was a little bit more mainstream, a little bit modern, but not compromising like my message or what I'm trying to do. And so like the project I've been working on for damn near 2 years now, collecting records, figuring out which ones were going to be on the project, which ones weren't, getting features, getting the right production, my guitarist delayed. It's been a full kind of process trying to create the full body. And when you put out a art to the world, you never know how people are going to receive it, right? So just fine tuning how to package it and what it meant, right? Because ultimately when people listen to it, I want people to carry at least one song with them somewhere. You know, like if they can get one song and be like, yeah, this is the one I want to add to my playlist, then ultimately I feel like I succeeded. So I wanted to make sure, like, as I was going through the records, it's like, okay, yeah, all of these records are something people can take home, press save, and keep bumping when they by themselves, when they with the homies, when they whatever. And so, like I was saying earlier, making something that was like the bite and the bark. Like I wasn't just talking my shit, I was walking my shit too. In the project, I am a lot more hype than I typically am in my music, but it's because I want to show people like, yo, we can turn up, we can go there. It's a vibe. So that's really the inspiration behind Fangs, to dive into that energy. And when we dive into that energy, it brings to life a bunch of dope visuals, a bunch of dope inspiration. That's really the place I want to take it.
Nice. I like that. So, you talked about features. So, tell me, name a few of the features you have.
Hey, shout out my homie D Knight from Dayton.
I
Shout
know I'm
out
Mahoney. Go ahead.
shout out Surreal Ramen. Shout out Dephonic. Shout out Zach Nevers, Rose Gold. Shout out all the homies. Everybody laying down the feature. Shout out J-Ro for the guitar. Shout out In Session, Cobra Vitals, Lucas Quinn on the production. We really went out with this one. We tried to really spend our time creating something that's like, okay, yeah, this is dope. This is different, you know?
So that being said, how was writing Fangs? Like, what was the process like between, you had to bring guitars in and other minds to do this. How was it?
It was dope. I think in this body of work was one of the most collaborative efforts I've ever made across the board, with production, with features, with the visual side. Like I tried to open it up as much as possible to other people, in the sense to where, like, as a songwriter and a vocal performer, I got one job, and that's to write a dope song and to deliver it. But there's all these other moving pieces that make the magic, and so making sure that I was surrounded by people who were helping, like, as I was creating and writing these songs, develop everything else was pivotal, because, like, trying to do that all myself, man,
It's
I
hard.
don't,
You
yeah,
have to have a team.
you have to,
You have
man.
to.
So it was a lot of leaning on the team, and really just tapping into my confidence. Like Fangs was a project where I wanted to be like, oh, he's kind of cocky and confident. Like, oh, he's talking his shit a little bit. Because in my previous bodies of work, I try to remain very just as human as possible. As just like, yo, like, I'm vibing, I'm chilling, I go through the same shit as anyone else. This was a body of work where it was like, I go through the same shit, but I'm also lit as fuck too. You know what I'm saying? I had to step into that bag and show people like, yo, we up.
That's what I like to hear. So, a little birdie in my ear tells me something about a visualizer. I have no idea what that is. Tell me.
So a part of making this album was like understanding the importance of visual and audio. And alongside the album release, I wanted to have like a dope visual experience for people to have as they're viewing and listening to the music. So I collaborated with an artist. Their name is Jamie Cornelia from out in Atlanta. Created a super dope art piece, a motion visualizer that kind of creates a cinematic experience alongside the listening. It's nothing super long and extensive and crazy, but as you listen to the music and you watch the visual, it allows you to kind of dive deeper into that world. And I think, like, watching movies and being such a fan of cinema, I wanted to do something different with this album. So when people put it up, like when people listen to it on YouTube, instead of listening to just the record, they can put on the visualizer and not even realizing while they're cleaning or while they're working out, they're peeping the visuals and being dive into that world, you know. So that was really important for me.
So the visuals go along with?
Yeah. Yep. The visuals go along with the records, and so you kind of get like a different sense of where the records are taking you with the visuals.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure if it's, sometimes they throw up a mandala that just keeps rotating, right? It's not like that.
See, that's the first inspiration. Like, that's where the bass line started, but we took it up a couple notches and made it even more extensive. But yeah, in essence, that's kind of like what it started as, like the kind of moving visual effect that's just kind of like most of the time pretty basic. Yeah, we just took it up to another level and made it really on brand for the album.
Tell me, how can we find you?
I'm super easy to find. Knight like the sword and shield, heart like the one in your chest. You put it together, no space, and you put me in Google, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You'll find me. Sometimes it's easier to put the Nightheart because I'm the Nightheart. So, hey, it's a pretty easy Google search. All my music is on all social medias, all major platforms, and yeah, tap in with me anytime, and I'll tap in back as soon as I can for sure.
All right, Nightheart. It was awesome talking to you today. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Tell these ghouls.
Hey, man, it's been super dope being here. I want y'all to know it's important to manifest your dreams and to believe in yourself under all circumstances. People didn't think we could fly, but the Wright brothers showed us wrong. You got to believe in yourself, believe in your dream. Take off.
That's it, dude. That's the facts. This is Doc Gonzo for Spooky Tales. Keep it spooky, guys.